today's live episode, I'm going to share what do I stock for Mexican cuisine recipes. I have shared so many Mexican recipes, obviously vegetarian, but one can easily customize all the vegetarian recipes I have shared into vegan as well, very easily. And the ingredients today I'm going to show are easy to find, at least where I stay, into the United States basically. But I'm sure these days in many countries, the ingredients are accessible through supermarkets and stuff like that. Now, some of the ingredients I already use for my Indian cooking. Yes, you must be thinking I'm not Mexican and I'm sharing Mexican ingredients, but you must have noticed I welcome all cuisine recipes in my kitchen. I mean, I simply love to prepare all cuisine recipes, but I tweak as per my family preference, like I customize the recipes vegetarian basically. So let's get started. What do I keep in my pantry? So let's start with something like I say long-term ingredients. What that means is that you invest once and just keep on using for about let's say maybe 2-3 months. They are good in your pantry. So obviously I'm going to start with beans. So when it comes to beans, I hope everything is going well, friends. If you have any questions, you can wait till the end. Or maybe my cameraman, probably he can see the questions, he can tell me.
Can't hear it properly.
Can you guys hear properly? Tell me yes or no and I will continue if you guys can hear me properly. Okay. Alright, so
No.
here I have the beans.
They say no.
Oh, are you sure you guys can hear me? Everything is on, so I'm wondering.
Yes.
Okay. Alright. So the beans. Here I have the black beans. Now you must be thinking I haven't stored in a jar yet, but what I normally do, so that's black beans, pinto beans. Now when it comes to beans, the beans could be your choice. Here I have the red kidney beans. Now just in case for immediate recipes, you may want to store like a canned beans as well, which I usually don't prefer, but I do keep in my pantry and use within probably 3 months. Any day, like when I don't have time to boil or I don't have anything ready in my freezer. So what I normally do, as soon as I get the bags of beans, I usually boil all the beans using my electric pressure cooker. I have already shared how to cook multiple beans, grains and recipes using electric pressure cooker. So as soon as I get those bags, I just boil them and freeze them in portions so that I can use anytime I want in my recipes. Now, if you want to boil fresh, that's totally fine, because now if you have like a pressure cooker or if you have an instant pot, you can easily boil them. So
Okay, go.
can you guys hear me now? I want to see if you guys can hear me or not, because I don't know what was the problem with the audio.
Some can hear, some cannot.
Some can hear, some can't. Okay. So I think I'm just going to continue where I was, or do you want me to start over? Okay, alright, let's get going. So that's beans. Now, as I said, beans you can get as per your preference. There are many other beans varieties available in the market. Now, this is something that you guys may not be knowing, that this is ready beans flakes. They comes in a dry, and what this is basically is that you can prepare instant recipes out of this. I will put the link under video description where you can get. They are available on Amazon as well, so you can find out online some stores. So that's the pinto and kidney beans mix. So all you have to do is just boil some water, add the flakes in the boiling water, and they are ready in just 5 minutes. So these are the black beans flakes. These are the perfect when you want to prepare something quick in the morning, let's say, for the lunch box. Like I use this mostly for my boys' lunch box. So those are the beans flakes, as I said.
Repeat that one.
Repeat this. Okay. These are the beans. So you can use any of your favorite varieties, but in my family we usually use black beans, pinto beans, and kidney beans. Now for the immediate recipes, you can keep the canned beans, but I am not a big fan of canned beans. So that's just for the immediate recipes when I don't have any boiled beans available, or if I want to prepare something immediately. So those are for those purposes, but mostly I prefer home boiled beans. What I normally do, you must be thinking, why do I still have these beans in a bag? What I normally do is as soon as I get the bags, I just dump them into the electric pressure cooker. I have already shared how one can cook multiple beans, grains, or whatever recipes even into the instant pot. So as soon as I get these bags, I just boil them and freeze them in a portion so that they are easy to use in recipes when needed. So that's beans, and I already shared this. So if you want to know more about this instant beans, these are the packs they comes in. This is the pinto and kidney beans mix, and this is black beans. Okay, this is I got from Amazon, the black beans. Can you see this? It's open this way, so I can't really do this way. So here is the bag. It says basic American food, probably, so that's the one. Okay. So I think we talked almost everything about beans. So these are all the ingredients can stay in your pantry for up to 3 months. More than 3 months actually, the beans, but just in case, I like to use immediately, like as soon as I can. Next comes the grains. And my favorite grains are obviously quinoa and rice. You must have seen me using more quinoa in recipes like salads, soup, even the bowl, the burrito bowl, or anything that you're preparing. Again, these grains you can easily prepare into your electric pressure cooker easily, multiple grains at once. So let's say if you want to prepare even brown rice. So brown rice, quinoa, some other grains if you are using in your recipes can be boiled at once using pot in pot method. So when you want to cook multiple recipes at once, look for pot in pot option, and you can always type in Bhavna besides pots in pots, and you will get tons of recipes. So that's the brown rice and red quinoa, white quinoa. So as you can see, there are some other varieties like I think a black quinoa or something, maybe brown quinoa, whatever. But you can also find the mixed variety, where you can see like all 3 kinds of quinoa in just one single bag. So you could buy those and keep them in your pantry. So that's beans, grains. Next comes the flours. Now, I usually do not make a lot of basics at home. I used to make a lot of basics at home, including flour tortilla, corn tortilla. I used to make every single thing at home. And now that boys are growing, we have a lot of needs for these basic ingredients, and I can't just keep on making them every time. But whenever I have time, I love to prepare some basics even at home. So this is like a corn flour. I mean, I know the jars are not attractive, so probably you can't see properly, but this is like a corn masa flour that I use. By the way, these flours I just don't use for Mexican recipes, but also for my Indian recipes sometimes. So here you can see something written in my language as well, but this is basically tortilla flour. So I use this to make my, like chalupas even. I make puri, Indian puri, makes amazing bhatures with this. So those are the 2 flours I need the most. The corn love to prepare pupusas even. That's what I keep this flour for. And I also add a little bit of corn flour in my Indian recipes as well. When I make like a bakri or theplas or some other breads, I love to use corn flour in those recipes as well. So I have to have these two flours. But let me show you something here. I usually keep all the varieties of tortillas in my fridge. So these are the varieties that I use. This is for crunch wrap. You must have seen my video, the crunch wrap. So this is like a giant tortillas, flour tortillas basically. Then comes another variety which is like this. It is 9 inches I think or 10 inches one. So that's the kind of size. This is small. Now I just yesterday found that there is even smaller version of tortilla than this, but not easily available at everywhere, so I just usually get this one. And these two are must for me for crunch wrap. Crunch wrap is our family favorite, and this is the same size again for making quesadillas, burritos, soft taco, like a street taco or whatever you want to prepare. These are the good ones for soft tacos. And I'm just going to put that all these in the refrigerator. And then, so far we have covered beans, grains, flours, some ready stuff now. Let's come to some ready stuff. What do I have? I need to have the bag of chips in my pantry all the time. Now you can, these days a lot of options available, multi-grain and like whatnot. And I have to have the salsas ready to go with chips. So I usually prepare red salsa and green salsa. These are the two bottles dedicated to homemade salsa, and I have already shared video on how to just whip few ingredients and make salsa quickly and easily. So I'm just going to put that back in the fridge. Now, though I have shared a lot of recipes, let me talk about, actually I should have been talking this first, but since I got so excited, so you don't have to have all these ingredients immediately. You can start just with simply quesadillas. So for quesadillas, all you will need is flour tortillas and cheese, and then stuffing that you want to prepare, maybe the beans or whatever. So you can just start with the basics first. Then, if you just want to go a little further, let me turn off my audio if you don't want to do that. Okay, the next one you can try is a burrito or taco, which is like, some vegetables, beans, and most of the recipes always calls for beans, tortillas. Those are the very common ingredients used in Mexican recipes. So you can go for burrito or taco. Then comes tostada. The tostada pizza, this one are like taco shells, and I usually buy the super stuffer, which is bigger than the normal taco. So you can use tostadas, even the flat one that comes in. And then chimichanga, pupusa, crunch wrap, enchiladas, sauce burrito, a chipotle burrito bowl. That's our favorite too. Salads, salsa, dip, you may want to prepare picadillo or just start with something like, like an easy dip recipe. Mexican pizza or CPK style tostada pizza, fajitas, casserole, nacho, yes. After quesadillas, you can try nachos because they are super quick and easy. All you have to do is just lay some chips, cheese, throw some cheese, and then any toppers that you want to use like vegetables or jalapenos and stuff like that. And let me put this over here. So you could make nachos easily. Chili relleno. I also prepare red and green enchilada sauce at home. I already shared the recipe for that as well. For red enchilada sauce, I use these peppers, the chipotle peppers, and add other ingredients like onion, garlic, and you can watch those videos. So there are several recipes when it comes to Mexican, and you can make, if you don't want to prepare, assemble the enchiladas. I have shared how you can make enchilada pie or enchilada casserole, where you can just lay all the ingredients, like make kind of a, how do you make Italian lasagna, so like basically Mexican lasagna. And there's one more recipe my sister has shared, which I'm going to share soon. It's like a chili burrito. Okay, so those are the few recipes that can be prepared. The basics is like guacamole is there also. So you could, that comes in a fresh ingredient. So let's go to some of the ingredients here that's left. When it comes to seasoning, I make my own seasoning by mixing all the dry ingredients like a garlic powder, paprika, cumin powder. I'll share the recipe soon, and it tastes amazing. By the way, for the color, I use cocoa powder in it, so there's no artificial flavors or the colors for this homemade taco seasoning. And when you add in recipes, it gives amazing color and the flavor. It's very easy to prepare, so I'll just share the recipe soon. Cumin seeds, this is ground cumin, which is very helpful in adding flavors. So I think my throat is hurting now, talking too much. Taco sauce. Now taco sauce, this is Taco Bell company, I think, right? I guess so, I don't know. But this is like, like how you get at Taco Bell, that sauce pouches. I actually love those, it just brings instant flavors to any recipes. So I usually buy these bottles. They comes in a fire, mild, medium. So I usually buy the fire, and then just like a drizzle a little bit of on any recipes that you have prepared, whether taco, burrito, even the burrito bowl. And these are the fried flour tortillas. Now, some of the recipes we prepare Indian way. So there is one recipe, it's called Mexican bill, which is the combination of two cuisines, Mexican and Indian, and it's called Mexican bill, which is basically very similar to burrito bowl, but kind of the way it is prepared, it's like Indian setup. Crunchy. So once you fry this, you can actually refrigerate for up to 3 months and use as needed. So whenever I have the hot oil, something I have already prepared, and if I have some oil left, what I normally do, I just cut some flour tortillas and then just fry them and then keep them into the refrigerator, so ready to add instantly whenever you want any crunch in your recipes. And this is something I love. I love to add chipotle pepper sauce, or this is like diced chipotle peppers. So whenever I make salsa, even I love to add in salsa as well. Next comes to the fresh ingredients. The fresh ingredients usually like onion, garlic, ginger, sweet potato, lemon limes, tomatoes, mango if you want to prepare something really delicious, like like even for desserts, they are amazing. So you don't have to make something very sugary or something. You can just easily crave your you can satisfy your crave easily with some kind of mango salsa. Even I love it. Now one more thing I would like to share is in my freezer I always have the avocados to prepare guacamole or something like quick. So these are like, I don't know if you can see from that, but as you can see, you can hear the sound, right? They are like stone right now. So these are from frozen. So whenever I get the on sale, usually Aldi have them on sale like 49 cents, 59 cents sometimes. It used to be even 39 cents. So what I normally do Whenever they are on sale, I just get them and then freeze them just whole. Whenever I want to prepare something, I just thaw them, and you can prepare like mostly for guacamole. They are good for guacamole anyway, so you could do that. And corn. I usually love to prepare fresh corn, but I can't have like every time. So I also keep these frozen corn packets in my freezer.
Can you explain this video is about ingredients for all Mexican?
Yes, so this video is, as the title says, I already posted in the title, what do I stock in my pantry? So you can see the title, and it's all about stocking your pantry for cooking Mexican recipes basically, right? And then when it comes to cheese, I usually have like only couple of kinds of cheese in my refrigerator. This is Mexican blend. You know, like it has like a white and yellow. You can also use corned beef, Monterey Jack cheese for Mexican recipes. There are some other, even queso cheese and all that. Sour cream, very useful for creamy texture. And then Velveeta cheese, if you want to go a little further for making like nachos. For nachos here, you can use this Mexican blend anyway. To prepare just a quick nacho. And then when it comes to fresh ingredients, I also love, this compartment is dedicated to all kinds of peppers. So here I have the sweet peppers. And these are the colorful peppers, like a red, green. It actually comes in a yellow and orange as well. I have already used up them. Jalapenos, must. Then I also keep the cilantro. Cilantro is must in Mexican cuisine as well. Now this is how I store, and they always stay great in the container like this. You could have like a couple of holes, but this one just open up from the top. So it helps to keep the cilantro fresh in this kind of container. And then spring onion, lettuce, those are the ingredients that you may want to stock every week. But what I normally do, I take the scrap of all these kind of ingredients, like say for spring onion, as soon as I open up the bag, I cut from here like about 2 inches of spring onion, and then just immediately plant them in my garden. So they continue to give me the spring onion for about 2-3 months. Yes, I don't have to go buy it for 2-3 months again. But I prefer to change my the spring onions like every 3 months or something, so that you can get another fresh spring onions. But at least once you buy, you don't have to buy for another 2-3 months if you just plant them properly. Let's see if I forgot anything, and if you have any questions, you can now write down, and hopefully my cameraman can read for me the questions. So mostly I covered everything. I do know that I do have to share some of the recipes, like I already shared Mexican pizza. It's a very old video, so I'm going to remake again Mexican pizza, and some other recipes I'm going to show again. So I think I covered pretty much almost everything. I hope you enjoyed watching this video, and please do let me know what would you like to see next in Bhavna's kitchen. Tomorrow I may go live again in my garden. I know it's been a while because I've been working in the garden so much. I usually, aim is to post like 2 videos every week, but lately I've been just posting 1 video a week, which I just shared about Rose recipes. And so tomorrow morning or tomorrow any time probably, I will update you guys when I'm going to go live, so you can join me in my garden tomorrow. Please do subscribe to my channel if you haven't yet, and please do follow me on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, Pinterest. Bhavna's Kitchen is almost everywhere. You can download Bhavna's Kitchen apps totally free on your iOS, Android, and show Bhavna's Kitchen on your big TV. Thank you guys, and thank you for joining me, and I will see you soon with another recipe or any